So a few of you will have seen my post of my case melting. Oh dear. And I had lots of people telling me what I should be printing it from. Thanks guys, I'm not buying a 3D printer. Don't possess that much will to flipping print stuff as well as everything else I'm doing. If I did, I wouldn't have any time to do all the other stuff I do. So yeah, the suggestions were very welcome, and I did eventually get a contact from a guy. I hate the fact that it only shows the top comments when it's a factual thing. Okay, so I did melt my case, which I posted and showed. There it is, melted. Can't find the guy's name that contacted me, but a couple of people did, but one was in America. Yeah, I'm going to pay postage from America, mate. That's going to cost as much as the case. But useful for anyone who is from America, so not a problem. So, guy from 3D Chicken, I decided to order one of their lovely products. So here it is on their website, 3dchicken.co.uk. My product is for a Heltec V3. Seeing as I own 3 of the damn things. And yeah, it's arrived pretty quick. I ordered it last Friday or Wednesday or whatever, 6 days ago, according to Google. And today it arrived. You only get postage every couple of days here. So yeah, I've done a little video about me assembling it. And I'm going to do a little review. So that's the prologue. I'll run the video for you and let you watch me trying to assemble it and look cool doing it. This is the Heltec V3 universal case from 3D Chicken. And after the destruction of my crappy case, which was so tragic I had to cut it to get the board out afterwards, not being heat resistant, I ordered one from 3D Chicken. I like the look of their products, and of course you turn it upside down, the buttons fall out. So it's really sweet. It's got buttons in for the 2 buttons, of switches, nicely cut out display, Mestastic logo, 4 holes around the outside. So none of this nonsense I had with this case of it falling apart and having to put wire ties around it. It's a quality product. Now, I'm no expert on 3D printing, but it all goes together very well. I've had it together once and then found out I needed to do some more work. So a couple of things we need to do with it. The first one is to try and put these buttons in here. And I have got some suggestions at the end. So there's the buttons. The another nice thing about it, firstly it has an antenna connector on. And as you may have noticed, I have modified the case. Sorry guys, I can't get that on. It's just too thick the way it comes by default. So it may be worth disposing of that bit if you're competent with a hacksaw, which I am. The other nice sweet thing about it is it's got a power switch. Nothing wrong with that at all, other than you have to glue it in, and I've just literally super glued it. So I'm hoping it's going to stay in place. I'm fairly confident it will. Another sweet feature of this, when you get it the right way around, is that it has a carrier. Sorry, it's because I worked on it the other way around. So I'm now back to front. So we have a PCB carrier. Now this is inspired, this is brilliant. So that now can't go anywhere. The only thing that's tricky is that, and it doesn't show you in the manual because there is no manual and there is no diagram. That now fits into that cradle, nice tight fit. And that's where you now have to hold it all together, somehow invert it and get it into there. And you have to tell whether it's in or not. And it isn't, because I've done it the wrong way round. I've only got 25 years working with commercial electronics. But then again, this is hardly commercial electronics. It's not the usual mass-produced, predictable stuff. So carrier into the backing, board into the carrier. Buttons in the right place, and you can see the switch has departed, which is now going to annoy me. So with those together, you then need to feed these screws in. Now these are tight. So it just takes a little bit of persuasion to get them started. And the trick is to do it without it all falling apart. Some located lugs would be nice on that, guys. That's one in. I'll do the diametrically opposite one just to get it all lined up. And missed. It's probably an easier way than this to do it, but at my age my dexterity is a fraction of what it used to be. So yeah, that's in there. So it's fiddly to say the least. There we go. But there's nothing wrong with the quality of these parts, it's just my dexterity, which at my age is not what it used to be. A few years back I could have done this in my sleep. So don't push those through too far, just enough to locate into the other half. I like that they're tight, you know, it shows quality of work. It's not going to be flapping around too much as you're assembling it, if you're more competent than I am. So that's another one through. And I believe there is room in here for a GPS module, which I have got, and I'm not putting it in yet because I want to do meshnet tonight. So there we go, that's that. Stay. So, you know, a little detent or something there, guys, just to hold it into place. And breathe on that again and hope that it'll stick this time. In fact, I'm just going to leave it turned on and not touch it. So that's the front pieces. And now, persuade the back on. And the sweet thing about, again, where the nuts are, I've got machined sockets. So that the nuts are almost captive, but not quite, but great. Make sure the buttons are in place. Hopefully that's just a result of the battery being flat. Okay, so I'm going to put a little dab of glue on. I thought it was asking a lot for it to go first time. Because this is where I'll end up with the case glued together permanently. This is a very pretty case. So, from previous experience, super glue sets faster if you breathe on it. And there we are. So my battery's now gone flat through faffing around with it. carefully. You need 19 hands to do this. You have to excuse the state of my hands. I've been painting my motorbike. Specifically the frame. I do it every summer, whichever bike I've got at the time. Reason being that all the road dirt takes all the paint off in places that are not easily accessible. So I've had the rear wheel out, had the front mudguard off, I painted the forks. On the last one, it really helped the value when I came to resell it. Not that that has anything to do with this. Just checking I'm still on camera and recording. So I'm not going to tighten these tight, just enough to hold it together. Yeah, the battery's flapping around. I could have put some foam or something in there, but it will do for now. So this is a cracking idea, you know, that they go to the trouble of giving you these nuts and bolts. Shows professionalism. So literally just barely finger tight for me, because I don't want to put undue force on it. So there we go, here's our beautiful case. Love that you can mount the antenna, that fits into a captive nut. Slightly disappointed they didn't send a special tool for putting it in, but hey, a pair of pliers is fine. And that's beautiful, and it's beautiful because it will sit that way. It will sit that way. You can put a handset. What's the cord that goes around your neck or your wrist? You put a strap on it. I may even have one lying around from another project. No cable ties in place. And no juice because, oh, there we go. We're alive. I'm always confused by these as to whether that means it's nearly flat or nearly empty, nearly full. So there you go, guys. All you need is an Allen key, and it's a 2.5mm, courtesy of my little toolkit. So 2.5mm Allen key, which again they supplied on the early ones, but I'm not complaining. All tools the only man can shake a stick at. So that is beautiful. It can sit like that. I love it. I really do. Well worth the money. A little bit more expensive than the crap I've been buying that I had to drill holes in. But well worth it. And I'm going to order another one very shortly, as soon as I've tested this one through. So there we go, guys. That's the 3D chicken case. And it's beautiful. Okay, so having got the beast assembled, I have a couple of suggestions for them. For the guys who make it. I know these guys are only importers. People keep saying they print them. Read the small print. They are importers. We are the first official distributor. They don't print them. But they're fine, you know, they come quick. Didn't have to worry about import tax or anything. They have a US branch as well. So fantastic stuff. So, things of note. Yeah, that bit is not wide enough for a proper antenna. I had to hack this piece off, which I wasn't pleased about on a brand new case, but at the end of the day, I'm used to modifying things and getting them working, not a problem. The nuts and bolts are nice and tight, yeah, that's a good thing. I would like to have seen these buttons sticking out a little bit more, guys. If they stuck out to the top of that moulding, whatever the technical term for it is, like 1.5mm, then I could reach them a little bit easier without squeezing the case. That's my only real criticism. And please post a diagram of how it goes together. It's not asking a lot, is it? I took about 10 minutes and I spent my life assembling and disassembling products. Okay, usually I disassemble them first so I know where everything goes and I commit it to memory photographically. But it would be really nice to have known which way round it's supposed to go. That would be a big help. Just show them stacked one above the other, show the circuit board sitting in its tray, show the tray lined up with the black bit in the middle, etc, etc, etc. Other than that, cracking product, guys. Must recommend so far. Liked it better when you supplied it Allen key and the thing for tightening the SMA connector, but that's fine. I had all those things, and I would like to see a way of mounting the switch. It doesn't involve super gluing it, or at least could you recommend a particular type of glue? I don't like putting super glue on plastics unless I know they're going to survive, but I've done it now, so never mind. But great idea to have a proper power switch. Loving that, and get onto these guys. Whichever one you've got. Beautiful pictures, close up. Be nice if you could manage it without these marks. Now I know nothing about 3D printing, so yeah, I'm sure it's just the swath or the head, something happening. I don't know if they could be polished out or if we have to pay extra for that, but beautiful case. Mine has got those marks on. Here it is, on charge, doing what it does best, sitting there looking beautiful. You can press these, look. There's quite a bit of movement on the push buttons, so you actually have to press quite hard. But I do love it. There we go. I love it. It's beautiful. But it has got those marks on, and I need to put a bit of foam in to secure the battery, and that'll probably explode. So great work, 3D Chicken. There's your review. Love your product. Please take some notes of the things I've said. Think of them as enhancements, not criticisms. That would make me very happy. Cheers, guys. I'm going to go and get ready for mesh net.